The latest on Jim Jordan's struggle for House Speaker amid GOP division.
And find out food and drink highlights for the state fair.
A local shooting here in Denton leaves one dead and another injured.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Kayla Bumpus.
And I'm Chris Goodwin.
Last night, Israel bombed several areas of southern Gaza. Days earlier, Palestinians were advised to move south ahead to escape an expected invasion in the north. This bombing killed 27 people in Rafah and 30 in Khan Younis. Witnesses say there was no warning before the strike. Israeli strikes have killed nearly 3,000 people and injured 10,000 in Gaza alone. Officials say that nearly 2/3 of the dead were children. More than 1 million Palestinians have fled from their homes, leaving their families scattered. With no water, fuel, or food being delivered to Gaza since the attack on Israel last week, mediators are struggling to support civilians, aid groups, and hospitals.
President Joe Biden is visiting Israel this week following the attacks in southern Gaza. This trip comes as the House Foreign Affairs Committee is drafting legislation to allow the U.S. military force to step in. CNN's John Lornick reports.
As the war between Israel and Hamas escalates, President Joe Biden will meet with Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Wednesday, according to Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
The United States and Israel have agreed to develop a plan that will enable humanitarian aid from donor nations and multilateral organizations to reach civilians in Gaza, and them alone, including the possibility of creating areas to help keep civilians out of harm's way.
Blinken adds that Biden will, quote, reaffirm the United States' solidarity with Israel. That's a stance agreed upon by the Senate's majority and minority leaders.
I will be working with the administration on putting together an emergency supplemental that will give Israel the tools it needs to defend itself.
The surest way to stop violence against Israelis and oppression of Palestinians is to wipe terrorists like Hamas from the face of the earth.
The 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit is headed to the waters off the coast of Israel, and the Pentagon is preparing U.S. troops for a potential deployment to the country for medical and logistical support. But the Biden White House is still looking for a diplomatic solution.
The president still believes, even for all this conflict, he still believes in the promise of a two-state solution, that the Palestinians deserve their own state, a place where they can call home.
I'm John Lawrence, report.
2 armed suspects entered a Lake Worth Walgreens pharmacy early Sunday morning and stole $5,000 in cash. Armed with a handgun and a taser, the suspects forcibly seized 2 store employees by grabbing them by their hair and pushing them around, coercing them to open a safe in the back office of the building. The assailants stuffed the cash into a trash can before fleeing the scene. While neither employee was killed, one of them is currently being treated for severe injuries.
Dallas police are searching for a hit-and-run driver involved in a tragic incident that claimed the life of a young girl on Monday. The incident occurred around 12:20 a.m. near a Dallas hotel on the 7600 block of LBJ Freeway. Initially, it was believed that the driver was in a white vehicle, struck the 7-year-old girl. However, after further investigation, it appears that another driver had hit the girl before the white vehicle's involvement. The white vehicle's driver stayed at the scene and cooperated with police. Crime Stoppers is offering a reward for information leading to the arrest and indictment of the hit-and-run driver. You can contact them at 214-373-TIPS or submit tips online at p3tips.com.
Well, I certainly hope they catch them. But speaking of some beautiful weather, I was actually walking around today and starting to feel like actual fall. The leaves are falling, the breeze is breezing, and I'm just ready to carve a pumpkin.
I know, Chris, but you know that Texas weather, I can never tell if it's here to stay. Let's check with our weather anchor, Sebastian Nava, to see what we can expect. Sebastian?
Thanks, guys. So right now, it actually does feel kind of nice, like y'all were saying. It is 61 degrees, but it feels nice with the sun now and a 2-mile-an-hour wind. It feels more like 69. So yeah, it's one of those, nice fall days that we look forward to here in Texas. Now we're gonna take a look ahead towards tonight's conditions, and that's when it's gonna get chilly. It's gonna be a thick jacket kind of night, as you could tell. It's gonna be 51, but with the 12-mile-an-hour wind, it's gonna drop it down to 48. But at least you have a nice clear sky to look at, so that's the positive of tonight's night. Now we're going to take a look ahead towards tomorrow's conditions, and it's going to go up to about 82. It's going to drop to 80 with the sun out, but you're going to have a 14-mile-an-hour wind, so that'll help you cool off from that high sun tomorrow. Now that's all I have for this first look at weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Sebastian. The House is voting on a new speaker following the oust of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Ohio Republican Representative Jim Jordan is currently leading in the votes, but is short the 217 he needs to be elected. Jordan is taking his bid to the House floor on noon Eastern Time today.
Controversial books are potentially staying on the shelves in this school's library.
And a new FAFSA reform is on its way out. Find out more after the break.
And now we return to Fabric of Passion.
Good.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
There was a shooting at a Denton ISD school parking lot this past weekend, and our live reporter Jordan Benavides has more information on this event.
Thank you, Chris. A recent shooting here in Denton has left one man dead and another in critical condition. Police responded to reports that someone had been shot in the parking lot of Fred Moore High School at 2:37 a.m. on Sunday. After arriving to the scene, police found two victims, one 30-year-old man who was pronounced dead shortly after arriving to a nearby hospital. The second victim, a 26-year-old man, remains in the hospital with severe and life-threatening injuries. Police have yet to release the identities of these victims. Anyone with more information is encouraged to reach out to Detective Chris Curtis at 940-349-7994 or leave an anonymous tip to Denton County Crime Stoppers at 1-800-388-TIPS. I'm Jordan Benavides. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jordan. Scholastic, a prominent publisher known for its school's book fairs, faces allegations of introducing a bigotry button. This feature allows schools districts to exclude books addressing race, LGBTQ, and diversity issues from their fairs. A designated category, Share Every Story, celebrates every voice, enables schools to opt out of these titles. Scholastic cited legislation in 30 states that prohibits certain book types in schools. like discussing LGBTQ topics and racism as the reason behind this move. The company insists it respects local laws and aims to protect educators from legal issues. This development follows criticism from conservatives and the Cancel Scholastic campaign, accusing the company of promoting gender fluidity and the LGBTQIA+ agenda. Scholastic's Book Fair business, which accounted for about $27 million in sales in its recent quarter, has already been under pressure with a 4% sales decrease. Despite the challenges, Scholastic continues to offer diverse book titles addressing issues like race, inclusiveness, and acceptance. While the Share Every Story collection contains books related to these topics, it remains uncertain which titles violate state laws. Another controversy around books is up for debate in New Mexico. Las Cruces Public Schools Book Committee recommends removing Jack of Hearts and other parts from shelves after receiving mixed reviews from parents and other authority figures. As the book's fate remains uncertain, CNN's Carrie Mannix has more on the scene.
An LCPS committee voted 6-1 in favor of keeping the book in district schools.
I'm pretty surprised that you just had 4 Las Cruces Public Schools teachers, potentially, who voted to keep a book that is advocating for pedophilia.
But other parents say the book is sex positive and important to LGBTQ+ youth.
LGBTQ+ kids are more at risk of dying by depression than any other group in the country and in New Mexico. And so if this one little thing can help them to feel more valued and heard, then why wouldn't we protect that?
Those against the book answer, there are other consequences to think about.
It tells students that this is okay.
Don't have your kid read it if you're uncomfortable. Don't have your kid read it if they're uncomfortable with it. Just don't tell me what my student and what my...
Later this year, significant changes are coming to the free application for student aid, FAFSA, which millions of students use to secure college financial aid. These changes include a reduction in the number of questions from 108 to 46 and expanded language options. Some highlights of the 2024 to 2025 FAFSA changes include the requirement for contributors to have a federal student aid ID, mandatory permission for the IRS to transfer tax information to the FAFSA, and the ability to list up to 20 colleges on the application. Students from families with an adjusted gross income under $60,000 will no longer need to report assets. This transformation fulfills the FAFSA Simplification Act, promoting easier access to financial aid.
With this weather, I may have to treat myself to a hot beverage after the show. I am so happy. I think it's finally starting to get chilly here. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
I have noticed a little nip in the air. Let's see if we can expect it all week with our weather anchor Sebastian Nava. Sebastian.
Thanks, guys. So we're gonna take a quick look at our conditions throughout the North Texas area. For the most part, it's gonna be low 60s, with the McKinney being the stubborn one at 57. It is 61 up here in Denton, like we mentioned earlier, 62 out in Decatur. We see 61 in Fort Worth and 61 in Dallas. Now we're gonna take a look towards the rest of the state. As you can see, it's more the same thing, 60s all over the area, 68 in El Paso, 59 down in Austin. So for the most part, we're all looking the same across the region, 60s all over the place. But now we're taking a head towards our forecast for the next 7 days. As you can see, it's going to be 82. So unfortunately, Caleb and Chris, we're going to have to see that high rise. You know, we enjoyed that fall weather so much, but it's going to go back up to feeling more like summer. So that's the thing that's going to be sad. It's going to be 90 on Sunday, 85 on Monday, but it does look a little bit like we're going to have a bit of a chance of rain on next Tuesday. And that's all I have for this first full look at weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Sebastian. Everyone loves state fair food, so stay tuned to find out the best spots at the fair to grab a bite.
And learn how you can easily refill your candy bowl this Halloween. Coming up. But they never want to play my pack.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
It is the last week of the State Fair of Texas, and if you haven't made it out to the fair park yet to try all the delicious fair food, you need to plan your trip. Our segment anchor Melanie Garcia has all the details on the best food to try at the State Fair this year.
The Texas State Fair is not only known for their livestock shows, classic rodeos, live music, and fun midway rides, but also known for their variety of creative foods sold by vendors across the event. If you've been thinking about what to eat at the State Fair, the winners for the Big Tex Choice Awards might be an option for you. Voted the best taste savory deep fried pho to the best taste sweet the Biscoff Delight cheesecake, and voted best creative the bourbon banana caramel sopapillas, you're destined to find your perfect food. The Texas State Fair has added 31 new foods and drinks to their menus this year. Vendors across Texas have come to Dallas to share their creative creations with the world. Taylor Austin has more to say.
You might not realize all the concessionaires are small businesses. So it's not like the State Fair of Texas has all of these concession stands. Each vendor is unique, so they set their own menu. Some of them focus just on one product, like the sopapillas I mentioned. It's actually a sopapilla factory, so all they do is sopapillas. And so they've got the bourbon banana caramel sopapillas, but they've also got different varieties, like a s'mores sopapilla. So many fried foods out at the fair each year for you to try, and foods that aren't fried. So you've really got to come out here more than once to be able to try all the different foods.
Well, if you're still hungry after that, M&M's is offering a free candy program this Halloween that can satisfy your monstrous hunger. That means if you run out of candy on Halloween night, GoPuff will refill your sugary stash in less than just an hour, and you don't even have to download the GoPuff app. Shoppers in need of candy refill can just log into the Rescue Squad website to place their order. After all, the scariest part of Halloween is running out of candy.
An Iowa man in need of a new kidney is feeling very grateful after finding a donor match. The match comes just 3 months after putting out a call for help. Kayla James has the story.
This is the moment while unwrapping a gift for his 5-month-old daughter that Andrew Siason would soon learn the real gift was meant for him.
What's it say? I'm gonna get a kidney.
A life-changing moment for the Siason family.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Thanks to his friend's fiance, Lainey Fox, who found out she was a match for Andrew's kidney transplant.
Knew his story, and my fiance Dennis had tried to donate and didn't qualify.
Andrew is well known in Norwalk as the owner of Wynn's Pizza, a family man and someone who loves to help others. However, he has a life-threatening kidney disease. So back in July, he put out a call for help.
I read his post and I could tell he wasn't doing well.
Which led Lainey to step up, her desire to be Andrew's donor stemming from losing her father to kidney failure.
The first thing I asked was, can I donate my kidney to him? But he was too sick.
But Andrew isn't too sick. And now the life-saving transplant can happen thanks to Lainey.
She did all this testing, being a mother as well, and finding time to do all that. That just really is incredible.
Andrew, who's always the one giving, this time finds himself on the receiving end, and not just from Lainey.
The community got together and they've known the story as well, and they wanted to do something for us.
But also the Norwalk Knights of Columbus, who plan on hosting a fundraiser to help Andrew with the medical costs.
I'm still in just shock, and just there's so many great people out there like Lainey, and it's really special. I couldn't be more grateful.
Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
So, Kayla, the Eagles basketball season is just less than 2 weeks away. I believe it's starting October 29th, and I couldn't be any more excited.
I agree, Chris. The lights, the dribbling, just the overall excitement of the crowd just gets me so riled up. I just hope not to trip on the bleachers again this year. Let's take it to our sports anchor to see what the team is prepping for the upcoming season.
That's right, guys. I stopped by one of their practices to see what the Mean Green basketball team has in store for the upcoming season. I'll provide you with all the details after the break.
The man's been walking in the desert for days at a time. He finally comes across a bar and orders a Coke.
That's not funny.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god! Oh my god! This girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu. If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
The UNT basketball team is getting ready to begin their upcoming season. I visited the North Texas team to see what they have stirring up for this year. The North Texas basketball team is coming off one of the most historic playoff runs in school history, winning the NIT basketball championship. North Texas guards Reuben Jones and Aaron Scott are the returning players from the championship team, and I spoke with them to see how they are preparing for the upcoming season.
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm just ready to get it started. I love our team. I love who we got. I love our players. I'm just ready to get started. I just got to lead by example, get them to buy in. Really, the returners, the young guys, everybody just got to get everybody bought in and just lead by example. Our program is dedicated on winning, so that's what we want to do. We want to win. It means the world to us, even to make it to March Madness. That's our goal. That's always our goal. So it just means the world to me. I haven't been to March Madness yet throughout my 2 years. I just want to make it to March Madness.
Hey, I'm way more consistent now. Last year, something I really learned from J Ham and TP. They just consistent as you can be. As far as their routine, every day they gonna be in the gym at the same time. They off the court routine, not even just on the court. They off the court, what they were putting into their body, all that kind of stuff. I just really took notes from them and kind of added that to me. Just being consistent, probably the biggest word for the whole summer. Everything I done did this offseason. Consistency.
The Mean Green kick off their first game on October 29th against the Sam Houston Bearcats in the UNT Coliseum. The Dallas Cowboys secured their fourth win of the season against the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday night. The Cowboys defense had another great game as they stopped the Chargers on the final drive of the game with an interception from cornerback Stephon Gilmore, sealing the win for the team. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott completed 21 of 30 pass attempts for 272 yards and 1 touchdown. The team can now rest easy as they head into the bye week. The Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers were the two remaining undefeated teams going into this past Sunday. The two teams both lost this weekend, making it no teams left undefeated in the NFL. The Eagles lost to the Jets in a 20-14 loss, and the 49ers lost against the Browns after a missed field goal attempt by 49ers kicker Jake Moody. That is The Texas Rangers defeated the Houston Astros yesterday evening in a 5-4 victory. The Texas Rangers remain undefeated in the playoffs as they are now up 2-0 against the Houston Astros. The team plans to close out the series as they are going back home to play the Astros for the next 2 games. The Rangers only need one more win before they move on to the World Series. That is all for sports. Now back to you at the desk.
Chris, I don't know you, but I just love all things dogs.
Okay, well, Kayla, I have a story for you. Imagine this, a dog running for mayor, and even better, he's a good boy.
Oh my gosh, I hope you're as excited as I am about seeing this dog's campaign. Dave Allgood shows us more.
Richard Ziggy Ziegler is a fixture here in downtown Anchorage where he lives and creates.
Now this is a little bit of what I do back here. All these murals that you see back in here.
But it's his latest endeavor.
Oh, I love my candidate because I know he loves me.
Well, that's important in any relationship. So, campaign manager for a mayor wannabe?
Politics has become kind of a dog-eat-dog kind of thing, and
Maybe not a bad idea.
No, maybe it's a good idea.
when he goes up and down the street, everybody wants to take pictures of him. Yeah, you can get a picture of him.
So you're behind the scenes?
I'm behind the scenes, yeah,
Well,
like
good.
the campaign manager.
Good. So is your candidate likable?
Oh, he's lovable.
This mayor candidate sounds like a good boy.
He's very hairy and has a great disposition.
It's amazing.
Like I said, he loves to hug.
It's amazing.
And he loves to give kisses.
We need more hugs. Meet Miko, the Malamute mixed canine candidate for mayor of Anchorage.
Oh man, I was like, man, he's a little cutie. I like him. He's super fluffy. Just made me want to run up and just pick him up.
Aw.
Beautiful dog. Yep. I've never seen nothing like it before, so.
So I figured, well, why not run a dog for mayor and for office? Might change things, how people feel.
Just look at this pooch politician with dreamy blue eyes that say, can't we all just get along?
Who can say no to a fluffy dog? I mean, that kind of, like, both sides got to come together and pet him.
Are you running on your stunning good looks? Are you running on your stunning good looks? Is that it?
There you go.
Okay.
My dog's running for mayor. I'm his campaign manager.
Miko for mayor!
And Roger here got a kick out of Miko and thinks today's politicians are full of...
Politicians do what the dogs usually do in your backyard.
Poop emoji.
I would say yes.
So in a town where dogs and the Iditarod rule, Miko might just be the right write-in candidate for right now.
He's got my vote.
And I'm supposed to be impartial, but he's so huggable.
He's got my vote now.
As perfect as Miko seems, even he's got his price.
You can't influence him. I hate to say that. A treat will always get him to respond to you. Wait. Okay.
Even the ones with paws have flaws. Well, these two will always be political allies, and that's
Yes, a good boy. Yes, you are.
the all good news.
Now, Chris, what do you think this puppy's first act in office is going to be?
Well, I think it's either going to be a ban on vacuums or lower the inflation of dog chewy toys.
I agree, that's probably right. Thank you for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow here at noon here at North Texas Television.